Hi everyone, it's Spyro here again, Spyro the Dragon, here from Avalar or whatever. I still don't like making videos like this. I don't have a lot of time to make this video, but I still want to make it. It probably won't be perfect, but I just need to say this stuff. So there's been some discussion in the MLP fandom recently about, oh, this guy left the fandom, this guy quit making videos, this guy's not making brony songs now. So you have people saying that the fandom's dying out. If you're hearing this stuff for the first time, I'll just tell you now, no, it's not. Alright, it's not. Anyway, you have people saying that. And then, I'm not going to spoil the most recent episode, but something pretty significant happened on it. Hang on. Alright. Technical problems. Incidentally, I don't have a microphone, at least one that works. I'm using an 8-track to record this thing, and I recorded my last video with this too. I'm just using the built-in microphone that's built into the 8-track. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. Something significant happened in the newest episode. And now people are coming out of the woodwork saying that, oh, this is going to be the end of MLP. Guys, this isn't the end of MLP. It's not. Something significant happened in the newest episode, but significant things happen in TV shows all the time. People have noticed how certain plot points are being resolved now. I won't say what they are, but certain things have happened this season. People are like, no, well, things are getting resolved now. This is going to be the end of MLP. They're wrapping it all up. This is the big finale, guys. Things like this happen in TV shows all the time. It's not the end of the show. Season 6 was already confirmed, for 26 episodes. Equestria Girls 4 was confirmed. There's a movie coming out in 2017 or something that's going to have the ponies. The show's still going strong, guys. Think about what the brony fandom is today, not what it was back in 2011, back when I wasn't even into this show. I hate my past so much, and I am gonna regret it forever. Anyway, think about what the fandom is today. BronyCon happened a few months ago. There was that con that Silverquill was talking about. I think it's called Crystal Mountain PonyCon or something like that. That happened. There are meetups and conventions happening all over the world, even still today, just for this one show alone. Not like Comic-Con, where there's a whole bunch of stuff going on for different things. These are meetups and conventions all over the world for one TV show. The fandom's still going strong. Is it what it was back in 2011? I guess not. But I mean, guys, it's still going. Bronies are still very present on the internet, and I'm guessing we're present in real life, considering if we're present online, then we have to have some kind of real life. There aren't a lot of bronies in my area, but we're still there. There are still people out there. We're still relevant enough that people are still stereotyping us and giving us crap all the time in YouTube comment sections just because we have pony icons. I don't have a pony icon. Other people have pony icons, though. People are still giving us crap about it, which sucks in a whole bunch of ways, but I'm not going to get into that. It sucks, but it means that we're still there. We still have a really big presence online. You still have new content coming out, not at the rate that it was a couple years ago. But guys, here's the thing about that. Listen now. That stuff happened because of the hype surrounding the show. Hype isn't a natural phenomenon like a tornado or something like that, where the tornado comes in and then it leaves. Hype is something that people generate. The hype surrounding the fandom slowed down a bit, which could be chalked up to a natural occurrence. But then you have people. This isn't just with fandoms either. This has happened on a couple forums that I've belonged to over the years. People who say, "Oh well, it's slowing down a bit. Okay, guys, it's been real. It's time to pack up. It's time to head out. It's time to find some new big fandom or something." And then they leave, and their contributions are just left to collect dust. And that creates a cycle because you have people leaving, the content creators leaving, because there's not as much hype, but then they themselves are detracting from the hype by leaving. If you care about the fandom, you should stick around for it. You shouldn't leave just because things are slowing down a little bit at some point. I haven't made videos for a couple months again. Actually, I made 3 the other day. I still have to do stuff with them before I upload them. But I want to start making more videos again. Another thing with the popularity of the fandom, I uploaded that My Little Pony on Jeopardy thing when there was one question about Applejack and Pinkie Pie. That video got, I don't know, I think like 2,500 views or something. A month or 2 later, I uploaded another one that was a whole category of MLP stuff. That wasn't even Generation 4. That was older generation stuff, but it was still a category on Jeopardy about MLP. Sony took that down. I filed a dispute and I couldn't get it back up. But just in like a week, guys, that had over 5,000 views. That's huge for the kind of channel that I have. This fandom is still going, guys. Think about how many views Welcome to the Show has. Think about how many views that Lullaby for a Princess video has. This fandom is still going. The show is still going. It's going really strongly. I mean, it's not like I'm jumping overboard either. I haven't just been making videos. I've been making some pony artwork. I've been... I made a song recently. I didn't release those things under my Spyro the Dragon pseudonym, but I still released them. It's still a contribution to keep things going here. And that's what it's about. Like, I got into the show mostly because of the fandom. I saw people making MLP related videos. I liked the videos and I started checking out the show too. Sort of got started with MLP YouTube clips, but most of it was the fandom. I watched like a whole bunch of Emma Toon Link's videos in like one night. I just binge watched most of his videos about those toys, and those are sort of what inspired these. I don't feel right saying that because his videos are funny and mine are just awful, but still, they inspired those. And you have the Bronies React videos, but Bronies React to, season this premiere, season this finale. Military Bronies React to the Wonderbolt Academy. Those videos were really funny. I mean, what if at the first sign of things slowing down a little bit, those people just jumped overboard and didn't make those videos? This fandom is still going, but we have to keep it going at the same time. It's still going, it's still running on its own right now, but we need to keep it going. We were keeping it going back then too. It's not like we have to, really put the pedal to the metal here and get working because we're sinking fast or something. That's not what's happening. It's just a reminder that that's what this entails. The show's not gonna end anytime soon. This this is a phenomenon. This is huge. Not only is MLP a meme in and of itself online, it sparks memes. Even still today, the I didn't listen thing from the premiere, Rainbow Dash's angry face, stuff is still happening even today. But you have the people coming along that get all paranoid about everything, and at the first sign of trouble, you have everyone ready to go into a panic and jump overboard, when things aren't really bad. This isn't something that's out of our control. I'm not gonna sit here and try to talk about the strength of humanity and all the wonderful things we can accomplish, because, geez, you look at this world and wow. But at any rate, we don't have a reason to worry if we still continue to apply ourselves with this. This is... I keep saying it, but it's true. The show is still going. It's alive and well. There are conventions held worldwide just for this one thing. If people keep, watching the show, buying the merchandise, not giving up at the first sign of something going a little wrong, then it's going to keep going on for a lot longer. But if I came along and I was like, well, guys, Drowning in Horseshoes left the fandom. He wasn't the most popular brony ever, but you know what? He had a fairly decent sized number of subscribers. And Tommy Oliver, man, you know what, guys? I just can't keep doing this. Sorry. When you have that kind of attitude going on, of course it's going to hurt things. And then you feel bad because it's happening, but you are the one causing it. At the same time, you're making it worse for yourself. I can't control what people think and do. This world would be a lot different if I could do that. Jeez. If people want to just give up on the show for whatever reason, if they just don't care or whatever, if they see some other person giving up and then they decide to give up too, that's on them. But guys, the situation's not as bad as those people are making it out to be. You can hardly go to the DeviantArt homepage and the newest thing, set it to show the newest uploads. You can hardly refresh that without seeing a few pony things there. There aren't a lot of fandoms you can say that about. Like, even after the hype allegedly died down, that's still happening. There's content being created all the time. Fanfiction is still up, an entire fanfiction website just for this one show. You have fanfiction.net, that's for every show. Then you have Fanfiction, which is just for this one show. Think about that. You still have the Brony Music websites, not just the Brony Music scene, and think about that. We have a music scene for a TV show. I would go so far as to say we have more than one scene, because you have all these different genres of people. Just in the metal scene, Metalcore, Pony, and Prince Whatever stick out at me. I know there are more, and I'm not thinking of them right now. But just... there are different scenes of just music for this one show. You have people making how much money on Patreon like every month because they make fan content for this show. People are still donating. Legends of Equestria. That's a thing that's still going. They had an open server weekend a couple months ago. They posted a thing on Facebook recently saying they entered the alpha stage of development, which is a huge step. That's been going for a while now, like way before I got into the show. They're still making a lot of progress with that. I played that for the first time in August. I had a lot of fun with that. Like, this is still coming along really well. You don't have those people saying, oh, well, Drowning in Horseshoes left the fandom. I guess everything's just dying out. We're not going to bother finishing the game. Sorry, guys. You know those people that are still working on it and making that game. And you still have a bunch of people playing it. You still have servers that, like, get full. I didn't spend a lot of time in them because I don't have the best computer in the world. But I was still in there a fair bit. I played Legends of Equestria a lot. I just wasn't in the really populated areas like Ponyville, Ponydale, or Sugar Cube Corner. Good grief. But I mean, think about me. I wasn't a fan of this show like a little over a year ago. I just really got into the show in like September of 2014. You have these people talking about how the fandom's dying out, but you have people that are still joining the fandom today. I know someone who just joined the show, fandom, in April when Season 5 started. Thought I heard something. Guess not. The fandom is still growing. Just because you have a handful of big name people moving on or whatever, and just because a few things are changing in the show, doesn't mean that it's all ending. That's basically fear-mongering at that point, because it's just not true. You can interpret it that way, and in turn make it true, but you don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. So why go with it? Why just settle for it when it doesn't have to be that way? You can think of MLP sort of in the same way that you would think of a soap opera, except without the part where it sucks. Because MLP focuses a lot on emotions, and there's an overall story going on, the different characters that people relate to, and think about how soap operas go. I haven't seen a lot. One of my relatives used to watch a soap opera. That was just awful. Anyway, MLP's not an actual soap opera. I'm just making comparisons to make a point here. Because, think about it. When a plot point is resolved on a soap opera, another one is created. And soap operas are usually restricted to what can happen in the real world. You have these human characters doing human things. MLP, there is so much room for things to keep going. You have Canterlot, you have Ponyville, you have the Crystal Empire, you have Appaloosa, you have Manhattan. You have all these places where things can happen, and those are just places. Think about the characters there. And if you haven't seen episode 100 by now, I'm sorry, but they gave all the background characters, most of the background characters, like, voices now, personalities. Think about what they can do with that now. They have this whole extra set of characters that they didn't have before episode 100. Now they can start using them and start making stories with them. Those are just the ones in Ponyville because it took place in Ponyville. Think about Canterlot. You still have Fleur Disley, or, whatever her name was, and oh, jeez, the guy that's always with her, and I can't think of his name right now. You have Photo Finish. I mean, you still have all the crystal ponies, you have shining armor, you have Cadence, you still have Celestia and Luna, you still have Brayburn, you still have the Buffalo or whatever back in Appaloosa. You have all this stuff going on that has potential for world building. Just because something that's been relevant to the show for a little while now got resolved, I really don't want to spoil this, but just because that one thing got resolved doesn't mean that it's the end of the show. It's just the end of that one thing. Now we can move on to other stuff. I am always nervous with new stuff. I have some kind of fear of change or something. I just don't like it. But the MLP staff, I mean, there's always cause for concern. You never know if they're gonna, release a good episode or if the new season's gonna be good or whatever. These people have given me very, very little stuff to worry about in the year and a couple months that I've been in the fandom so far. It's just, every time I worry about something, they bring it right back. These people know what they're doing. What bugs me the most is you have a couple people now saying about how, oh, it's better if they just kill it off now while it's still good. We don't want it to suck later on. What makes you think it's going to suck? Oh, good grief. My anger is going to be uploaded to YouTube, and I don't like that. It's not that big of a deal, though. It's not like any of you know who I am anyway, and the few of you who do already know me well enough anyway, so... What makes you think new episodes are going to suck? What makes you think that they're not going to make the new ones good? You are worrying about nothing. I don't know 100% for sure that the new season's gonna be great. I don't have some insider knowledge or anything. But guys, why worry about it? That's not a healthy mentality to have. I don't think the fandom is in trouble. I don't think the show's in trouble. As the past 53 seconds have shown, I've got to wrap this up. I only have about 6 minutes left on this friggin' thing anyway. I don't think the problem is the show or the fandom dying out or whatever. I think it's our perspective on the issue. Because things are still going well. The show's still going well. Friendship Games just came out, and there's another Equestria Girls movie coming out. You don't like Equestria Girls? Well, season 6 was confirmed. That's gonna be 26 more episodes. Like, there's just no reason to worry about it right now. So, there's probably other stuff I wanted to say, and I'm not thinking of it right now. As I'm putting this audio into Windows Movie Maker, and it's starting to process, I'll probably remember a whole bunch of things I wanted to say, but I didn't think to. I had a lot of good ideas before I made this video, and I think I actually remember most of them, which is really surprising, because usually when I get an idea in my head and I sit down to try and realize it, I can never fully realize it. It never ends up like I hope, but this video came out pretty good. I'm probably still not gonna put visuals in. It's just, why bother? Like, why bother? This isn't a video about visuals, it's about my thoughts that I wanted to get out there. I briefly considered doing something about this in text in my journal on DeviantArt. Guys, boy, I don't care for DeviantArt. But I do like a lot of the MLP art on there. You get the weird stuff, but you have normal stuff too, and you have really great artists still making really great drawings today. Those things look better than Renaissance paintings. Some of that stuff. Yeah, you still have people loyally vectoring every single second of the show. So, anyway, I was gonna put this in a journal on DeviantArt. I was considering uploading the audio somewhere else, but I'm just gonna put it on my Spyro channel. The idea was that I wanted to put this where the most people were gonna see it. I'm not very popular online, so no matter where I put this, not a whole lot of people are gonna see it. If you actually watched... Oh, good grief, this is ridiculously long. I wanted this to be a short video. It's gonna be short now. There are only 3 minutes left on this 8-track. There's not a lot of space on this thing. I have some of it occupied because I was recording stuff, like recording music. But still, there is not a lot of space on this thing. Wow, that is not what my family paid for when they got this for me for Christmas a few years ago. I forget what I was gonna say. Yeah, if you actually watch this far, I would appreciate if you, like, shared this, if you just got the point across to people. Because there's not a problem, but there could be. People's perspective is getting out of whack on this issue when there's not a problem, but if they keep it up, then there will be a problem. But I want to emphasize again, anyway, that there isn't one right now. There's not a need to get all flustered like I did. There's no need to get all flustered like I am, which inspired me to sit down and make this video that's going on 27 minutes, but... There's no need to worry about it. We don't need to worry about it right now. I'm pretty sure there's stuff I forgot to put in here, but whatever. You guys get the idea. So, this is Spyro, the dragon. This is totally Spyro. I'm totally in Avalar right now, recording stuff on an 8-track, and I'm going to upload it to YouTube later. Oh, jeez. God bless bronies. Bro hoof. Let me just punch the microphone. That's a bro hoof from me to all of you. I've enjoyed this year in the fandom. I'm hoping to enjoy more. See yous.